Hi, I'm Jen Pearson from Confidently Homeschool. I work with parents who are interested in getting started homeschooling on the right foot. I help them to choose resources and make a plan for their homeschool year that is custom tailored to their children and the way they want to homeschool. Today, I am answering a question from a parent. This is the second in my series of videos answering parent questions about homeschooling. And the question is, can a working parent homeschool? The answer is yes, although it may require some creativity, some sacrifices, and probably a lot of coordination. There are actually quite a few parents who work and homeschool. It helps if you have a spouse who has a different schedule so that you can trade off when you're working and when you're home. And it depends on the age of the children. For younger children, this is, of course, more of a challenge. School is, in addition to providing education, it often provides sort of a daycare service for parents who work. Their children go to work or go to school while they go to work. So if your children don't go to school and are doing school at home, you'll have to figure out how you're going to handle childcare, whether that's hiring someone as a babysitter while you're at work, or whether it's switching off with your spouse where they're at work when you're at home with the child. Whatever works for your family, you'll have to figure that part out if you have younger children. So that can make homeschooling while both parents work or while you're a single parent more challenging. But it is possible, and I know many homeschoolers who do that. The other way working while homeschooling can work is if you work from home and you're able to do school and then do your work at home while the child is doing something else in the home, and you can still give them the proper amount of supervision. Again, this is a lot easier when your children are a bit older and don't require constant supervision like an early elementary or kindergarten child would. But it is certainly possible. A lot of it just requires flexibility. The things to remember are that homeschooling does not have to occur during the hours when a child would normally be in school. If you work 9 to 5 and you have someone else watching your child during the day and they don't want to do any homeschool activities, that's perfectly fine. You can homeschool in the evenings, you can homeschool on weekends. So you just have to get your homeschool hours and days completed, and you can do that whenever that works for your schedule. So it is possible to work and homeschool at the same time if you have flexibility and if you can manage the childcare issue. When children are older, like middle school and high school age, they can be fairly self-directed in doing their schoolwork. And a lot of parents who work choose an online program for those students so that they can be fairly hands-off with the education, and their child can do their online learning from home. And that's not a traditional homeschool. It's more like doing school at home because someone else is choosing the curriculum and choosing the assignments and everything for you instead of you doing it yourself as the homeschool parent. But for some kids that works, and for some families that's the best fit, especially if their children are older and the parents have to work full time and can't be as involved or don't want to be as involved in the education. So that can be another way that homeschooling can work when you work full time. So it is absolutely possible. Anyone can homeschool. It just requires working around the constraints that your family has and figuring out a way to make it work for you. I hope that answered your question. If you have more questions, I would love to hear them. Please post them in the comments. And if you're enjoying my video series, please subscribe and like them so that you will continue to be notified of new videos. I hope to see your comments. It always makes me feel great to hear from others saying that this was helpful, or even to hear new questions that I can answer for you. And if you want more information about my services, you can go to www.confidentlyhomeschool.com.